Alright, and we're back with Fallout New Vegas, and we're pretty much right where I left off. I did stand around for a little bit, and didn't realize I wasn't paying attention, and it got to nighttime, so I don't like playing the game at night because I can never really see, so I rested till daytime, and then I got Malcolm Holmes showed up to talk to me about my Sunset Sarsaparilla chips, or bottle caps rather, and I always take him out because, honestly, he gives you some decent loot. 6 Sarsaparilla Star bottle caps is nice. And you don't have any downside of taking them out. There's no consequences, there's no, like, karma loss or anything like that. Alright, so now that that's done, we're actually going to head on in and talk to Chet again. And where is he? Is he sleeping? Oh, there. Walked right by him. Alright, here he is.
Howdy. You looking to buy some supplies?
And the reason that we're back here is I always forget I want to buy a shovel. I don't think anything's respawned on him yet. Let's see. No. Okay, so I just want to buy the shovel. Let's find my junk. Let's get rid of some junk. Alright.
Another satisfied customer. Take it.
So that's done. Let's go ahead back out. Now, before we talk to Sunny Smiles, we're going to go ahead and do the cemetery and the schoolhouse. I just like to do those early and get them done. And then I can just continue on with the main quest right away after that. Alright, so here we are at the cemetery, and there's usually... don't see any, but there's usually enemies up here. There's usually scorpions on the way up here, and then bloatflies up here. I don't see anything, which is strange, but okay. Oops. Let's go ahead and put our weapon away. Let's go ahead and loot the graves. Take that. And this is the reason we buy the shovel, so that we can loot the graves. Let's take the coyote chew. Cat's eye is nice. Make sure we pick up the snow globe while we're here. And here's our grave. So we want to make sure we... where's the cigarette butt? Dang it, I keep hitting the wrong button. This definitely feels different than I'm used to. Like, it feels a lot different. I'm just gotta get used to it again. But there's the cigarette butts. We gotta pick all these up. Well, we don't have to pick them all up, but we pick a couple up. We'll need those for later. I don't think there's anything else over here. There's the overlook. We'll be going over that way later to the memorial. But for now, I think there's one more grave I missed. This one. And I thought there was one over here too. Yeah, there is. Okay. Nice. Okay. So there's all the graves. Alright, so cool. So the graveyard's done. Still really weird that there were no enemies up here. Every other time I've done this, there's always been like scorpions right up around here. The little ones, and then there's bloatflies up there, but it's fine. So we're going to head back into town and we're going to go check out the schoolhouse. Alright, so here's the schoolhouse. We're going to go ahead and there's some stuff we want to clear on the outside. There's usually a couple mantises on the outside here too. Don't see them yet. Interesting. There's no enemies outside. That's really strange. Alright, well here we also want to get the Xander root. There should be a Brock flower around here somewhere too, I thought. Wasn't there? No, you know what? I think the Brock flower was up at the graveyard and I missed it. So I'll head back there after this and check. Alright, so now we're inside the schoolhouse. Here we go. Okay, now at least the enemies are here. So, where are they at? I see them. There they are. Okay. Stupid little mantises. Where are they? Should be more. One more. There he is. Alright, and this is why I equip the machete here, is for these little easy enemies that aren't really worth wasting ammo on. We're going to go ahead and loot them. I'm going to take the 4 legs just because they don't weigh anything, and the eggs are pretty light too, and they have a decent resale value for the eggs anyway versus the weight, so it's worth taking. Let's go ahead and loot this place. The mantises. Most of the school desks in here are empty. Foot locker's empty. What's this? This is Programmer's Digest. Scrap metal we'll take. Let's go ahead and hack this terminal. Alright, so we're in the computer. What do we got? So we're not going to disengage the lock, and that's because if we disengage the lock, take the bobby pins, we won't be able to pick the lock and get extra XP for picking the lock. So let's go ahead and do that. It has been so long since I've done this. Alright, that wasn't bad. Let's go ahead and take what's inside and continue the exploration of the schoolhouse. What else we got? Let's go over here. Oh, I will take that actually. There's usually a skill book, I think, over here somewhere. There's bobby pins. What else? Nothing in there worth taking. Blue Shore. I could have sworn there was a skill book laying over here somewhere. I guess not. Okay, no big deal. Alright, what do we got out here? More lockers. Nothing. Alright, there's another egg clutch right here, I think. Is there anything in it? Nope. Alright. Nothing. Oh, there's a skill book. Okay, that was probably the one I was thinking of. That was I thought was over there. And what we got here? More desks that are empty. Pretty sure all the desks are empty. There's another mantis I didn't loot. I think all the desks are either empty or unlootable. Here's another skill book, or skill magazine rather. Sorry. And what else? What do we got? Nothing. Lockers. What's in this locker? No, didn't mean to take those, but okay. That's everything. Let's head on back out. Alright, so I'm back in town at the saloon, and I went up to the graveyard, and the Brock flower wasn't there. I think maybe I have to do the Sunny Smiles portion of the quest first, and then she'll send you up there, and maybe it'll appear there. Either that or my game's bugged, so we'll see. Let's go ahead inside and find out.
Cheyenne, stay.
Alright, so that was easy. We just gotta go outside and meet her out there. Alright, so let's go ahead.
Now, see this? Everything
do
all
the
right?
tutorial real quick.
Until next time.
So, here's our varmint rifle. Let's go ahead and take aim.
That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim.
Crouch down for the third one.
Nice shot.
Alright.
Well, that's a start. Follow
Now we're
me.
gonna go ahead and take care of the geckos over here, and this is where we can save the townsperson. We need to save the townsperson if we want to max out our affinity with Goodsprings, which I do, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna take out these geckos. Let's crouch down. Couple geckos over here. There we go. A little closer. so that I can actually get a good aim at them. There we go. Nice. Alright, perfect. I got the sneak attack off on that one. Where's the other guy? There he is. And he's done. Alright. So now, talk to her again.
See? You're getting... Come.
Alright, and now we're gonna go take out the rest of the geckos. So now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right over here. And we should be right above where the geckos are attacking the villager. Let's see.
Come on.
Let's go ahead and get that in. Alright, so that is not the right well. It's the second well we have to go to now. Is where the villager is. Alright, so let's do that. Hopefully my action points refresh by then. Let's jump down here. Alright, now the goal here is we want to try to save the villager, so let's go ahead and... Perfect. Sneak attack, awesome. So now there should be another one. Let's try that again. Perfect. So now I'm going to jump down and hopefully the villager's still alive. Oh, one more geckos. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and put our gun away. Let's talk to the villager.
Holy moly.
Perfect. So that gives us the first level of affinity with Goodsprings, and then doing the rest of the quest here in the favor of Goodsprings will give us the rest, which is what we want. So at least that's what I want. I want to side good with Goodsprings. I'm not a big fan of the powder gangers, so let's go ahead and do that. Loot these geckos. You can loot some of this area here. I'm gonna go loot the other geckos in a minute. Let's see here. Let's grab all this. Now I'm overcumbered, so that's annoying. So let me see what I can drop. So we can go ahead now, and I'm going to talk to Sunny again right here.
Now that was some good work. One more. Thought I might... Bring those on.
Alright, so now she's sending us to get the Brock flower and the Xander root, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go back up here and loot the other geckos that we killed. And then I'm going to head over and go back to the cemetery and see if the thing, the flower is there. Alright, so now I just fast traveled back here to the cemetery, and now all the bloatflies are here. So I guess it is part of the quest in order to get that stuff to spawn. Let's go ahead and take these guys out. Alright, there's what, one more? Alright, they're all done. And here we go. Okay, so that is part of the quest. So in order to get the Brock flower to spawn here, that was part of the quest. I did not remember that, but I do know it now, so that's cool. Go ahead and grab the bloatfly meat. Don't find it all, I'm not that worried about it. There's another one, alright. So now we're gonna go, because I'm overcumbered, so now I'm just gonna go back to the general. What is attacking me? There is a scorpion. Alright, see, I knew there was a scorpion. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to the general store and sell some items, and yeah. Then we'll head back, talk to Sunny, finish up the quest, and see what we do next. Alright, we're back here at the water source with Sunny once again, and
Let me see what you got.
Finish this quest up. So we have to make healing powder.
Hey, that's not bad, see? Important. Well,
Alright,
I'm head. Should be...
so that's that. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything else I can make. I don't think there is. Alright, so now we're done that portion. We do have to go back up there and to continue up, but first I want to do something over here real quick that I like to do. And let's talk to that guy right there, but let's go ahead and loot this first. Don't need any of that. Nothing in here. Alright.
Hello? Can you help?
Okay, so what that guy did is he said that his girlfriend is in trouble up the hill over here. So now, I've done this a million times, so I know that this is a trap. There's going to be some geckos up here we can take out. There's going to be some more xanderroot and brock flower. Let's travel onward. And then, he's going to actually attack us. Which is fine, because there's actually some decent loot at the top of the thing. Which is why we're going to go up here anyway. I think it's all rotten. Yeah, it is. Alright. Gecko's done. Another one. Right now I'm using the machete primarily because I'm trying to save ammo. Because for what we do, or for where I go after this, it's usually pretty nice to have the extra ammo. Because I typically, after all the Goodsprings stuff, before I do anything else, I usually make a run to run to Novak across the pass, so that I have a place to store all my stuff and won't be overcumbered all the time. And then I come back to Goodsprings and just continue as if I was, you know, continuing on. So I kind of jump the gun a little bit and then just come right back here to continue the story as is. So I'm not carrying a bunch of junk around with me that I don't want to get rid of because a lot of it's unique and you can't get it back. Like most of the courier stash items. Get rid of all these geckos. I think I got them all. Alright, cool. So there's another one up here, it looks like. Oh, I leveled up. Alright, cool. So what are we doing? Want to go lockpick as much as I can. Can I take it to 50? No. Alright. Stop at 48. And I'll just throw this into repair. And then I usually go intense training here. And I'm going to go a point in strength to increase my carry weight. Alright, so here we go. So now we're coming up this way. There's a trap we can disarm. I think there's another trap up here too, if I remember correctly. Yep, there it is. And now the dude should be right behind us. Not yet? Okay, not yet. So let's go ahead and loot. There's a body here. And there's another trap here, if I remember correctly. Yep, there it is. Alright. Let's disarm this trap and refrigerator. Let's take whatever's in there. That's fine. And now we can start heading back, and we should run into the dude along the way. There he is. Did I grab this? I did not.
Sorry,
so
I
let me
tricked
grab
you.
that too. So yeah, see now he attacks us.
You like that?
Shut him down. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff on him. Let me grab the brock flower, and let's head back to Goodsprings. I'm going to actually rest, head back to Goodsprings. I'm going to offload some of this stuff, um, at the general store. Alright, so I'm back, and before I go and offload the stuff at the general store, I'm actually going to go ahead in here and just continue the quest. Let's just do that. So, Sonny's not back yet. That's fine. We can go talk to Trudy.
I'm done being nice. What do you want?
So we're just going to explore all the options, do the speech challenge for the bonus XP.
Well, you've been causing...
Here's Trudy. What's the argument about? Where's Ringo? So basically, with all the NPCs I talk to, I always go through and I want to make sure I exhaust all the dialogue options. And there we go.
Be careful.
Alright, so I just exhausted all the dialogue options with both Trudy and Joe Cobb just to get every piece of lore I can get out of it, but you also can get the thing to do this and repair the radio, and it gives you some XP. And then you can also go back and tell Trudy that you did that. Where is she? Trudy. Where'd she go? Actually, I think it's, what time is it? Yeah, it's late. Alright, so I'm gonna rest real quick and then we'll pick this up.
Hey there.
Alright, so now that I've rested, Trudy will be at the bar. Let's go talk to her.
Feeling thirsty?
Fix your radio. She's new bottle caps. You can use your
Not at
barter
all.
skill to get more out of
Now,
her. You get
how
fame
about-
and more bottle caps. And then I think let's go ahead and see what she's
Got
got for sale and see if she's got anything worth picking up. I am gonna pick up fixing things. This is the repair one. That's good to have for any repair checks that we need. It's really good to have. Same thing with the speech book. Barter book can be helpful. I do have one, but I'll pick this up too. And what else? That's it. So let's see what I can get rid of. Yeah, I'll give her the fission battery. That'll give me some caps. I'm just gonna get rid of everything that's that I want to get rid of just to get some caps extra too. It's like a lot of the drugs and the stuff like that I keep because it doesn't weigh anything. It's too much. Alright. And because it doesn't weigh anything, I'm able to just carry it with me all the time.
Give me a
It's not
shout if you
problem.
need anything else.
Alright, so that's done. Let's
Be
go
careful.
talk to Sunny again.
Hi there. Sticking around good.
And we're gonna do the same thing. So it's this is I'll exhaust her dialogue options. Alright, so once we exhaust our dialogue options, you get a couple of new map locations. Actually, I'm not sure which ones we got. I'm curious. So we probably, yeah, then we got Prim from her. Mojave Drive-In was not from her. Sloan was the other one she gave us. Okay, cool. And you also get some bobby pins and a locksmith magazine that you can use to open the safe she directs you to the safe at the school. We've already been there, so we're not going to have to worry about that. Where we are going to go real quick, though, I'm going to go back to first house we went into, which I think is this one, and unlock the safe that we couldn't get into earlier. Alright, so I was actually wrong about which house it was. It was one of the houses on the other side, not the first one we went into, but now that we're here, we should be able to do this. Perfect. So now the reason I knew I'd be able to do this is I have 48 lockpicking, and I'm wearing the hat, that one hat that I picked up that gives me +1 perception, which means it boosts my lockpicking a little bit, so that's good. So it's got all this stuff from the safe, and now we're ready to go talk to Ringo and begin the powder ganger fight. That whole sequence. But we're going to do that in the next one, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.